Warning. Censorship. Warning.
Thank you. One policeman over there told me I had to get brighter colours.
Over the radio I just heard Avi has just come across the road and a warning not to make comment. So it turns out the scariest thing for Victoria Police at the moment is one of their members accidentally making a comment to Avi Yemini.
What we've seen since the inception of these emergency powers are restrictions and so-called chief health officer directions, which appear to be coming down unilaterally from the Daniel Andrews government. So we've seen an extraordinary consolidation of power in the Victorian government.
All right, thank you for your time, Morgan C. Jonas, one of the organisers of this afternoon's protest. So I think it's the little park that has the fountains in it and the sort of diagonal path through it, just adjacent to Parliament House.
It's about an hour before the protest is called for, and there is already a huge police presence here in the city.
How you going, bud?
How you going?
Where are you off to?
Probably where you're off to.
Oh, we're going nowhere, man. You know what it's like.
We're going nowhere either.
As long as there's no more than 100, everyone will be happy, yeah?
Not my problem.
Not your problem?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? Why would it be my problem?
Oh, I'm just saying, we don't want any more than 100 people hanging around in groups. You know what it's like?
Oh, yeah, but it seems like they only enforce that when there's certain protests. It's a bit weird. You got to love the state of emergency extended, 9 months. You'd be happy with that? Nah.
I'm just here doing a job, mate. That's
Me
all we're
too.
doing. So off you go, if you're going to do that.
No worries.
Remember, no more than 100.
Nothing to do with me, so... I like how they often like to engage me as if I'm here organising. I have nothing to do with it. I'm just here to cover it. They're here for their job. I'm here for my job. That's the way it should work. We're here at the location where the protest against the extension of the state of emergency has been called for. It's about an hour before the protest is due to start. Police presence is huge, including a table which we've seen at previous protests where they process arrested protesters. So it's interesting, it looks like they are planning today to escalate matters. Let's see what happens.
It's great to see you standing up against them, because there's one thing I can't stand, man, and it's the police bullying journalists just for covering this kind of stuff. I mean, what does that say about the state of news in Australia? You can't even cover this stuff without being harassed by these guys, you know?
Unless obviously you're pushing the right agenda. They don't seem to target other journalists.
Absolutely. We all know what happened with the Black Lives Matter movement, right?
Were you there?
I wasn't there, man. You know, I like standing up for things that really matter, like human rights, not this, oh, I'm black, so I get special rights and that kind of stuff, man.
You're one of those people of colour.
Absolutely.
I know those guys.
Under the Public and Health Wellbeing Act of 2008, it states that it should only be a maximum of 6 months.
So how are we now? It's been a year.
It's been extended already as 6 months, and the last time that we were debating it, the 3 members of the crossbench said they would only extend it for another 6 months, and the state government should get their act together and actually have quarantine-specific legislation, and the government hasn't actually done that.
We're here in Melbourne CBD outside the Parliament, where a group has gathered to protest what is happening right now in Parliament, where they're voting to extend the state of emergency. The state of emergency that gave the police the power, or let them think they had the power, to smash in doors, to arrest pregnant women in their homes, to take down anyone who dares speak out against the government. 9 months, a 9-month extension is going to happen today. Is it not a power grab?
I would say that it is a power grab to have that 9 months when they could have specific legislation and people could sleep well at night.
The numbers are over. We're counting approximately 110, so you need to take some action.
Okay,
I'll say what I said I'd say. I reckon what we should do is everyone should sit down.
Monica from Reignite is letting the protesters know that police have just informed her that they are going to take action because they have over 100 attendees. Please note that the crowd of police is probably a couple of hundred. So either coronavirus knows better than to spread in the police force and only target specific protesters, or there's a little bit of bias here. And the extension of that state of emergency, all that means is that they can continue to clamp down on one group, those who speak out against Daniel Andrews.
Everyone's really comfortable to stay, no one's scared. Apparently there's 10 extra people, oh my goodness, so we'll see what happens.
And now the state of emergency is going to continue. It looks like they're going to be able to target specifically your group, because I've only ever seen this police response to lockdown or anti-Andrews. 9 more months of this.
Yeah, Morgan and I were at the Invasion Day protest and there was probably 5,000 people there and there was no social distancing there, so don't know why it's so different.
Why don't you ask everyone in the crowd to please lift a Black Lives Matter slogan, and they should be right, no?
Maybe we'd be okay in that case, so.
Can I ask you the most serious question of all? Is that mask COVID protection?
Well, we're just going to sit down and if they have to do their job, they have to do their job. I've got a toilet here, I've got a privacy tent, I've got toilet paper, and we're just not scared anymore.
You've got toilet paper?
Yeah.
How'd you get that during this virus?
It was really hard.
What's the emergency?
Well, Daniel Andrews wants to be able to kick indoors and arrest pregnant women. Why should he not be able to do that?
Yeah, I think that's very important, and that's why we should have a state of emergency.
Good. Convinced her. There we go. We've got a vote.
Victoria Police are guilty of enforcing the non-evidence-based policy of a corrupt government. But not only that, they're guilty of enforcing it selectively in a way which just happens to align with the ideological outlook of Daniel Andrews. So they're the ones that have to go to bed at night and live with themselves. It's on them, it's not on us.
As you can see behind me, the police presence has not died down. The table at the end where they plan to process anyone they arrest is still set up. The warning has been given, it has been issued. Now I guess it is a waiting game. We're here to do the serious questions. Are you trying to steal my haircut, bro?
Oh, am I trying to steal your haircut? I thought you stole mine. You...
Yeah, we are the 90s, together we are mighty, 'cause we are the 99%.
You're not here to protest, you're just here having a picnic, aren't you?
Absolutely. It's all peace, love, light. There's no protest. Peace, love, light.
What's that sign behind you?
And a bit late for that. Seems they've done a done deal. So, therefore, mainstream media stop labelling us as anti-vax. We're pro-choice. And that's the message. Freedom to the people.
Just a picnic.
The only reason why people don't know they've been lied to, conditioned and brainwashed is because they've been lied to, conditioned and brainwashed.
Protesters are leaving, police are leaving. It seemed like that threat from police was just that, a threat.
It's kind of like a bully in the schoolyard, you know? When you call their bluff, they kind of don't want to bully you anymore.
But we don't know. 9 months now of a state of emergency, meaning police have that power to act the way they have in the last year. I'm Yemini for Rebel News in Melbourne, Australia. If you think this story is important for others to see, make sure to like, comment and share, because trust me, the mainstream media will refuse to tell it. Then head straight over and subscribe to Rebel News on YouTube and hit that little notification button so you don't miss a thing.